Hi, besties. There are actually so many ways to make money in the US stock market. Yes, and one of that important way to make money is during the downturns, during the pullbacks and during corrections because they are completely normal, they are completely natural because they help us to move higher. And today I'm going to be talking about three stocks that you can buy non-stop for the next 60 days, meaning you have $5, you have $10, you have $3, you have $100. These are the stocks that we are going to be buying for the next 60 days non-stop because we are all about making money online in 2025. And as always, I always start with the topic so that you know exactly what to expect. Do you know that some of these stocks are going to be bringing 200% returns? Yes, but there are different ways and different strategies that we're going to do this. So I want to start by taking us through what we are going to talk about. So we're going to look at the current situation, we're going to look at the market data, we're going to look at fundamentals, we're going to look at the VIX, we're going to look at the next 60 days that's going to make new millionaires, and I want you to be one of them. And of course, I'm going to share my three stock picks and I will give you bonus because that is one of the things I love to do. I'm going to give you maybe two if I'm in a very good mood. So do not drop, do not stop here. This is one of the best videos you're going to see in this new week because if you're a beginner, these are the kind of videos you should be watching because you are here to make money and I'm here to give you the right guidance. So, if you're ready, let's talk about some things, but I'm going to stop here and take you back into something interesting. All right. So, as at the time of this recording, I'm just looking at the CNBC website and I just noticed that the stock future is on the rise. It's looking like this is going to be a second winning week, but who knows? Sometimes markets actually starts like this, and then when we get into Monday or Tuesday, it begins to sell off. So stock futures are actually higher on Sunday night as investors are trying to glean whether equities can extend their recent gain. So I just want you to know that last week, on Friday in particular, the major US indexes broke their 4-week losing streak. We've been on red. We've been on red. I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to show you. Just look at this. So let's look at NVIDIA, all right? Let me bring it down to like 30 minutes time frame so that we can see this very well. So just take a look. We've been on the losing streak week after week, and thankfully we are happy now that we have a some form of happy opportunity. So look at this drop, pick up, drop, and now we're making a good nice move and we're making it out of this stage. And that's, sorry, this is Tesla, not Nvidia, so I'd not give you more confusion. So but this is what we are seeing because after Federal Reserve decision to keep interest rates at 4.25% to 4.50%, while projecting that we're going to do two more rate cuts in 2025, the Federal Chair Powell caution that we need to take things easy, and that helped to boost a little confidence. But something happened on Friday, what we call the quarterly triple witching event, meaning that a lot of stock options, this is an extended and higher version of trading stocks, a lot of options expired on that Friday, and it actually added to the volatility and potentially it affected the market. But nevertheless, we actually made it on Friday on a good note, which is absolutely amazing. So, why am I telling us this? Because it's important in what I'm going to talk about here. So, let's talk a little bit about the market rebounds, which is awesome. Okay. I've also mentioned it here, and I said here that the market simply rebounded. So, in the midst of the whole crisis, in the midst of the whole tariff situation, crisis is about to end. Like the market situation is about to take a new shape. And when it does that, there will be lots of money to be made. Let me tell you something. The stock market is where people make money for doing absolutely nothing and having patience. If you're a very impatient person or you just want to get into the stock market to make money the following day, sometimes it works in your favor. I remember in January, February, in the community, We were making money, printing money like every week, okay? But now that we have correction, we are just chilling and just waiting for market to pick up. So market will always take money from you when you are in a hurry to make money and you get impatient and you sell. Someone else will buy it at a cheaper price and make that money that you are trying to run away from. So this is a good time to look at fundamentals. There are stocks that you need to look at what they are doing. You need to look at their products because when generally stocks are dropping, by the time they start picking up, honestly, that is why you will see the difference between the big boys and the small boys. The big boys will pick up and run. The small boys are going to struggle. So this week, what are we looking at? We're looking to monitor the March PMI data, which will be released on Monday, okay? And we're going to see the personal consumption expenditures, which is the PCE, on Friday. You can Google some of these things to learn more about it, especially if you're going to stay in the stock market for the long term and you want to really, really make money. That's why you need to be in the community. Join my community. So also looking at companies that are going to report earnings like GameStop, Dollar Tree, and Lululemon. These are my absolute favorites for the week. So I just had to pick only the three of them. The other ones, I'm not going to be tracking them. So let's look at something. Do you see Tesla? Now, a lot of stocks have actually dropped crazily. Look at Tesla. So you can see that Tesla has dropped 50% if you look at it from December 17th, 2024 till date. Look at this. It used to be around 475 and now it actually touched $225. And this is actually a very juicy point. And you can see here it has a strong support. Can you look at this? It has a strong support and it is beautiful to watch. So this is why the stock is at a very good price. But let's look at the last week. What happened last week? Look at it touching 222. 225. Okay, this okay, touch 223. Yeah, around 223. Some people that grabbed it around 223, look at what happened. This is where we ended. $249. So this short-term move, someone has made a lot of money. That's why I said in the market, you need to know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, you know exactly where the market is heading to and where you're going to be making your own money. Now let's look at Nvidia. You can see it's been dropping massively. Look at this drop, crazy drop, picked up again and is sold off and touched 105. Now, between that same last week, this is just like a few days ago, we ran from 105 to 120, 121. So you can see that even in the midst of the craziness, people are still packing money. You see, this is an amazing opportunity that if you understand what you're supposed to be doing, you'll be making money. So let's look at the stocks with big moves. I'm going to show you Nvidia, Tesla, Meta. So I've already shown us Tesla. I've also shown us Nvidia. I'm going to talk a little bit about Meta and then get into the bonus, which is HIMS and ZIM. I thought I was going to do one, but I changed my mind and I'm giving you two. Now let's look at Meta. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Weibo. So let's come here and search for Meta. Okay, so Meta. So this is Meta. Meta has dropped from 740 down to 574. Hey, I had no idea that Meta was going to drop this crazy. I just kept thinking it will be within 649, 650, and then a low end of around maybe 610. I had no idea it will get into the 574. And this is a beautiful opportunity. And even if you do not have up to, you may look at this and say, this is a lot. Do you know that you can do $50 here? So any percentage it goes up, that's you're going to get in your $50. So for example, it goes 10%, you have $50. Your $50 will give you 10% of that $50. For the person that has 500, the person gets 10%. So it is cut across, depending on no matter how much you're putting in. So you see this opportunity is, I call this a failing bounce. So they have dropped so much and now they're picking up to bounce off. And now it's going to pick up and run back to this place. Trust me, it's just a matter of weeks and months. It's going to come back to retest this particular high and probably break the high and get to create newer highs, which is something that I'm looking forward to. So this is for that. Now I'm going to talk about hymns. Okay, I'm going to talk about hymns for some reason. Hymns have been so impressive. They've done over 110% this year alone. Look at this. This is January. Let's move this to when January started. So this is where January started. It was around 25. Now it ran to 72. So 25 plus 25, 50. So just call it like almost 190% that he has done. And he sold off. So I'm not going to go into the reasons why it sold off. I just want to show you that this stock has potential to pick up and run back. Now, I have gone to look at some estimates, some analysis. All right. So these are like Wall Street analysts forecasts, and this particular one is saying that they are predicting that this will go back to $68, and it can actually drop to $20. Now, to be honest, this doesn't happen exactly the way they predict it, but you can also see that even HIMS, the CNN has actually also given their own um, price forecast and quotation on this particular. And one of the problems they're having at the moment is that one of the stocks that the product they have, which is a drug called Wegovy, that they've been selling massively. The main organs are back, meaning that the main company that had it as an innovator, they ran out of stock and that gave HIMS an advantage. So now they're back with their stocks and HIMS have started struggling a little bit, but this particular stock is going to do amazing things. Trust me when I say that it's going to do amazing things. So that's why I kept it as a bonus for you after giving you Nvidia, I'm giving you Tesla, I'm giving you Meta. This is another one that with your $50 you can buy and it will make sense. Now, the last one I'm going to talk about is Zim. Zim is actually a shipping company. Now, when you're using Weibo, just come to profile and you're going to read about the company. So Zim is actually a shipping services company, which is an Israeli based company. And they work as a network of shipping lines offering cargo transportation services on all major global trade routes. So, this is one stock that I've been keeping under my radar at the moment because I see some potential. It has been dropping crazily, and I'm seeing it drop into 17 again, probably 17 into 16, late 16s. That would be a good pickup, and you can ride it up to 23. You can also ride it even beyond that. This stock has, you can ride it to 25 and beyond. This stock is a stock that I see doing well in coming months. This is the kind of stock that you wake up one day and it has grown to $50. This is not a financial advice anyway, but I feel like I should share this information with you. So that's why I'm going to talk about it. So let's get back to our presentation. We have other strategies that we're doing in the community. We have our unique dividend stocks that have both high dividend earnings potential and growth potential too. So we have a new stock that I'm introducing to my community. It's around $35 and it has a beautiful 10% growth potential. And on top of it, they pay weekly dividends of over 48% as an annual return. This strategy is a mind-blowing strategy. See why you should be in the VIP community. There's a difference between basic class and the VIP community. So come and join us. And as always, the ideas I'm sharing in this video are my personal views from my own experiences, my research, and what has worked for me. So make sure you do your own due diligence before you invest. So this is basically for educational purposes. So let's talk a bit about the community, the kind of things I've discussed. You really want to get someone who can walk you through, help you set up your portfolio, create our three-step plan that we're using. You should be in the VIP, which is 50,000. So the link to pay is in the description of this video. Make sure you click on it and make your payment, and I will see you in class. And I can help you create a 30 minutes, an hour, and I will help you to balance your portfolio. Then we have the basics. Say you just getting to understand stock market and you want to learn more, you can be in this basic class, which is just 10,000 naira, which is something you spend on very relevant things, but you can put it into your education. So this is actually a sign for you to join our VIP community because we are doing 50 to 100% challenge, and that is one of the most amazing things for me. I want to see you grow your money. I want to see you do the practical alongside with me. So if you enjoyed this video, I also enjoyed myself, and I hope this video would give you a lot of leverage and information